Everyone believes in the American dream right up until the moment it actually starts working. I remember that shift vividly. When I was sleeping on the gym floor, blanket and pillow tucked into the corner, everyone loved the story. I was the underdog. Clients would walk in, see where I slept, and say things like, "Good for you," or "I'm proud of you for chasing your dream." They signed up not just to train, but to support the idea of me. I was safe to root for because I wasn't a threat. Then 9 months passed. I hired employees. I brought on a manager. I stopped sleeping on the floor. I walked into the lobby one day, and the tone had changed completely. The same people who once encouraged me were now joking, "Oh, boss man's here," or "You're not too good for us now, are you?" I remember feeling genuinely confused. You rooted for me, I thought. I did exactly what you said you wanted me to do. That was the moment it clicked. Most people want you to do well, just not better than them. That's also why progress feels so slow when you're in it. Every person you've ever seen achieve something big only becomes visible at the moment they win. You never see the years where they were terrible, broke, confused, or failing quietly. And that's why comments like, "must be nice," or "that happened overnight," sting so much. No one noticed when you failed. No one cared when it didn't work. But the moment you finally win, everyone suddenly has an opinion. The truth is brutal and freeing at the same time. People barely notice when you fail, and they only briefly notice when you succeed. The fear that everyone is watching you mess up is wildly exaggerated. That's why overnight success is a myth. If everyone looks like an overnight success, it's because the 10 years where they struggled happened in total silence. So worrying about being seen failing is pointless. Most people won't even notice when you finally win. The hardest part of personal growth and entrepreneurship isn't that the work is complicated. It's that you don't know when it ends. You have to keep fighting without knowing how close you are. The only certainty is that everyone who made it through felt exactly what you're feeling now. What most people lack isn't motivation or intelligence. It's context. They don't understand how much work greatness actually takes. Not because it's complex, but because it's relentless. It's choosing one thing and paying attention to the tiny details that separate average from exceptional. Most people think they're working hard because it's the hardest they've ever worked. But it's nowhere near the level of effort required to produce the outcomes they say they want. Once you become truly great at one thing, you have a sobering realization. It takes years, 5, 7, sometimes more, to be exceptional. And suddenly you understand how few things you can actually afford to be great at. Discipline becomes choosing the 2 or 3 things that matter most and letting everything else go. I'm okay being a beacon of relentless effort. That's the cycle of excellence. Never ending, never finished. When I wake up, there's only one voice I listen to. Just do it for me. We don't need more information. We need more reminders. So much time in life is wasted delaying what we already know we should do. I've lost count of the times I put something off, filled my day with distractions, and then finally did the thing, only to realize it took far less time than the delay itself. If I had started immediately, I could have done 4 or 5 other important things in the same window. The goal is to shrink the gap between waking up and starting, between one task and the next. You don't need 30 minutes to get ready to work. Just start. The moment you begin pulling the thread, clarity shows up. Most people burn their best mental energy preparing to work instead of actually working. A lot of business owners work hard. They just work on the wrong things in the wrong way. They confuse effort with output. Real work is output. Output comes from volume multiplied by leverage. How many reps you do and how much each rep is worth. Working smart and working hard aren't opposites. You do both. You take as many reps as possible, and you increase your skill so each rep produces more. Skill only comes from repetition, which creates a virtuous cycle. You do more, you get better, and you get more from what you do. Hard work becomes the goal, not the reward at the end of it. When effort is the win, you can score points every single day. There's a massive delay between acting like a winner and becoming one. The bigger the goal, the longer the lag. Most people quit because they don't get feedback fast enough. They forget that big dreams come with long timelines. Growth hurts. Stagnation hurts. Decline hurts. Pain isn't a sign that something is wrong. It's proof you're alive. Eventually, you stop asking how you feel and just do the work anyway. Confidence comes from proof. Anxiety usually means you haven't practiced enough. When you've done something so many times you're bored of it, fear disappears. The leading indicator of success is the ability to act when nothing is happening. Progress always comes slower than you expect, then faster than you can imagine. The lonely chapter is real. You don't fit in with your old group anymore, but you haven't earned your place in the next one yet. People throw stones because your courage forces them to confront the risks they didn't take. Criticism is often self-defense. And the hardest truth is this: people cheer at the start and at the finish, but never in the middle, where you actually need it. Consistency beats intensity. Most people would rather suffer briefly at a high level than commit to moderate effort for years. They want exceptional outcomes without being an exception. But you can't do what everyone approves of and end up somewhere different. Every hard season becomes ammunition later. Every trench builds context. Expecting it to be easy is what makes it unbearable. The desire to quit is just the urge to break consistency. If you don't quit, you eventually win, because one attempt finally works, and when it does, none of the failures matter. Life is an infinite game. You can't win it by reaching one peak. The only way to win is to keep playing. And when people finally say, "Must be nice," they're seeing the highlight reel, not the years of doubt, isolation, and work done in silence. The goal is simple. Figure out what you want, ignore opinions, work so hard it would be unreasonable for you to fail, help others when you get there, and realize it never mattered as much as you thought. The best stories are born in uncertainty. And if it's hard right now, good. This is the chapter that makes the ending worth telling. I need images prompts according to story, with high quality and cinematic effects. I need image prompts and details without any sexual and adult content. And ignore violent scenes.